I got Ray as my uke. I've used him quite a bit in class, not on the show yet. And behind the camera, Aaliyah double booked herself, so we got Junior Aaliyah behind the camera. So guys, speak up. Hopefully the audio and video is good. If not, just say something. So I already have a question, and it actually kind of goes in nicely with what I've been teaching a lot in the last week or two in my classes, especially the fundamental classes. I tend to focus on sort of the bottom position. I'd like to demonstrate this to you on somebody bigger than Ray, but sorry, Ray. But unfortunately, this is what we could do at the sort of last minute scramble because we've had an uka fall through this morning, and then so Ray's going to step in. He's actually quite a good uka, but you know it doesn't impress people quite as much as when you're using a 300-pound guy. So guys, when you're in a bad position, you need to sort of think about the movement. You know, there's sort of the invisible jiu-jitsu, but a lot of times people try to do like a one big move from the bottom, especially once the guy settles on top of you, and expect it to work. And then when it fails, they do it again, and then they do it the third time, and then they're gassed, and they get submitted. Is Aaliyah on? Do we know?
I don't know. I don't know yet.
Okay, I hope the Czech guys are on because they had a question. But anyways, when you bottom side control, people tend to want to do this. Just hold tight. Yeah, don't let me up. Okay, so this is what happened is because I tried to make one big movement. That can happen, but you know, you give enough explosiveness, but a lot of times it doesn't happen. You need to create sort of small movements, especially when you get caught on the bottom side control out of whack. What do I mean by that is the guy has double underhooks or has, you basically do not have your frames in. So what I mean by that, your elbows are separated from your torso. This is sort of a problem. So I'm going to show you something because I've been teaching this both Saddlebrook and Butler this week, and it's, you know, to me it's kind of second nature, but I realize that it's not second nature to people because I'm very comfortable even under big guys. So right past my guard, and both my arms are out of whack, and so right now people try to kind of get it in, and the second this comes over, go. That's it. You're done. Unless you're super flexible. So he knows. So a lot of times when I'm in a raised position, I drive this here. So as he's coming in, he has to go extra long way, and this is done. Okay? I bet you a lot of you get caught with this. So I'm out of whack, but look what happens. First, I'm going to try, my hips are turned away a little bit. Actually, so sometimes you want to turn to him to get the elbow, but you can do, if you turn away, you can get the elbow in too. Because a lot of times he's driving into you, so turn away a little bit. My right hand is in frame. This is good. But now what I'm going to do is I start to slide my hips the other way, and now I have the frame. Now I can bust out. Now I'm ready to go. Okay? Why do I keep my knees close to me? Because if I'm open, Ray can bring his right hand to the closer hip or start mounting, right? Or bring it closer to, yeah, closer. Yeah, now he just shut down my escape. When I have my knees close, Ray has to make a big movement to bring that arm across, and now I have an underhook. Frankly, I'm out all the way. So what do? You need to create small movements to get yourself back in frame. This is, so people hold. No. Turn your hips into him, get your right elbow back in, and now I'm going to start to move my hips out. So Ray is posting, when he's going for the Americana, he's posting on his right elbow, right? But if I move, that right elbow is no longer a good support so I can get my frame in, and from here, I can create the bigger gaps. So again, when you're on the bottom, and this, sometimes if the guy's got a good mount, you have to create small openings that, as he's adjusting to shut them down, creates bigger openings, and then you bust out. The other thing that we had a question is, how do you defend leg Americana? So that's from the guys in Czech. So this is leg Americana. Yep, this is done, okay? So anytime somebody's in a Kesa Gatame here, so generally speaking, if I can get this, if I can get to the far side, I will. But the most important thing is, if I can drop my elbow to his hip, there is no Americana. I'm actually gonna escape. This is easy. But anytime the guy starts to control my elbow, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clasp my right hand, my right wrist. Why? I don't want my hand floating out here. Because he just shoves it down. That's it. So if I'm here, if I'm in trouble, I'm gonna clasp it. And it's not gonna be this way, because the hand that's in danger is my right arm. Okay? So my left hand grabs my right wrist to protect this. And I keep it tight. And as he tries to hunt for the hand, he creates openings, small openings, right? So again, if he tries to, he hunts. So you can see what I'm gonna do, we talked about this a few weeks ago. First thing is this, and then I'm gonna dump my elbow. Once I dump my elbow, I'm out. It's just a question of time, which escape he's gonna give me. Yeah, I'm gonna keep, I should keep that arm. I don't give him back that arm. Do we have any questions?
No. Just a couple of good mornings and hey guys.
What's up, guys? You have no questions? Come on, make them work. They're new, they need to learn the ways. The ways is to ask questions, so they need to read them, and I can answer them. Who do we have good morning from? It's the usual suspects. MJ, Engsberg, Elad. Yeah, what's up, guys?
Scott Fitz.
Huh?
Scott Fitz and Tony Notap.
Tony Notap. Oh. Ever. Tony. So, guys, let's kind of go with that. The sort of the creating small openings. Again, people have this expectations that you're going to do some big movement and then something is going to open up this giant hole. Sometimes it works, but at higher level, it doesn't work that way. Once you're in a bad position, there's a reason you got there. The guy did a good job getting you in a prone position. So you need to figure out how to deal with it. Again, a lot of times is prioritize what you need to protect. You know, if I'm bottom side control and I'm out of whack, right? This is the top priority because this is an immediate submission. Anytime, the guy is going to try to drive it so that way as you're going through, this is done. So when I'm out of whack, especially when he's driving, I'm going to turn away, bring my right elbow in, and now but I don't try to do this because now he caught me. So before I bring my frame in, I'm going to move my hips, and then I do get my frame in. I bring my legs in just to make sure he cannot bring his right arm back on the other side easily. And if he doesn't, then I'm going to... So I already know you feel less pressure right now. Why am I feeling less pressure? Because the guy on top, even if he's not that good, intuitively knows that if he pressures me, that his arm is in danger. So he starts to back off so that way when I pop up and I go for the arm, he can actually withdraw. But that's my cue. And now the shoe is going to be on the other foot. So that's sort of, I am very comfortable in bad positions. We're going to spend some time on, over the next couple weeks, escaping bad positions. Guys, I'm going to give you homework. Yeah, I'm giving you free techniques, so you better do something in return. It's good for you. It's going to help your game. Start to ask specific questions, which positions we should break down more. How are we doing on time?
You, 2 minutes.
Okay. So let's look at sort of the Americana again. Speak up.
You have a question from Elad.
Elad, what's going on? At least somebody's trying to follow the rules.
You escape the same way if the uke sprawls and tripods on you from the side.
No, every escape is different. So this is this is a very good question. When the guy tripods and sprawls, every escape is different and is heavily based on the body positioning and arm positioning from the top. So again, we talk about the guy on top knows that he's in a good position. There's a reason why it's called a good position. But the way he positions himself is going to determine your escape. The idea is, he's going to change. So you need to change a little bit better, a little bit faster. But those small adjustments make a big difference, right? You understand what
Tripod and then sprawl my hips back.
So, yeah, I'm already in frame, but go on. So, go ahead. If he sprawls his hips back, he's very light. Freeze. I cannot get my right leg in, right? Can you guys, you may not be able to see it, but I cannot get my right leg in. That's okay because now I'm going to bring up my hips. So I basically string a few things together that understand this. Did Einstein say this? Every action has a reaction?
No, it's
Newton?
Newton, right? First law.
So, Sir Fig Newton, Sir Isaac Newton. Just kidding. So whoever said this, guys, and you need to understand that you cannot just kind of like push in one direction. You could see that I'm constantly shifting. So as he's responding to my movement, I'm responding to his, and I'm creating, again, I start with a tiny opening till it gets big. So let's look at the same one let's go different. You're going to be on this side. And we're out of time. So guys, we're going to take it up on the app. But again, so this time I got my frames in and Ray starts to sprawl. So I tried to get my right shin in, but I cannot. But as he's shutting it down, he leaves himself exposed. Try to tripod. I'm going in. He's blocking my head. That's no problem. I'm going the other way. Every time. So this is where flow rolling comes in handy. Guys, next episode, I'm going to cover a whole lot of escapes from bottom side control and bottom mount. But let's come up with more specific issues that you have problems with. Guys, on that note, I will talk to you next week. We're going to the app side where we're going to cover this idea in a greater detail. Guys, if you want to get the app, I think we still have 3 free days. SoloFoxBJJGlobal.com.